feel guys have been picking up on what you wanted them to do?
You know what, I think they kind of left off from spring ball, just going out and these first few days getting the rust off, first day in pads. I think I think the agility stuff that our strength coaches did this summer really are going to pay dividends for us this fall.
We were just talking to Mick over there.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the biggest things you want to see out of him, or how you feeling about him right now?
It's all of our guys. I mean, we've got to be able to knock people back in the run game and then win our one-on-ones in the pass and run. So, I mean, that's this next week going against our offensive line and a million drills a day will tell a lot of where we're at.
How much you just want to have a lot of bodies ready? I mean, guys that can go 40 snaps a game versus saying these are starters. I mean, is there kind of a balance between that right now?
Well, I think you got to get a starting four first. I mean, you got to get your 4 starters, then you got to try to build some depth behind it so we can get guys off the field and rest them. So, we're at the point now where we're looking for guys that are going to step up here this next week and these coming weeks.
How far does it put Stoneberg behind because he missed the first spring?
You know what? You wouldn't know it. These first couple of days, you wouldn't know it. You'd seen he's a really smart kid. He knew our plays. He comes in, he gets a ton of extra help. About every day. So, it's pretty typical of the kids in our defensive line. They want to get better. They want to learn. And when you're young, sometimes you go and all of a sudden one day you get it. So, I think Mick is a kid that's going to get it relatively fast.
Did he stay pretty involved in the spring?
Yeah, you wouldn't even know he was hurt. I mean, he was here every day. I think he probably punched me 2 or 3 times in spring ball. So fired up, I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? But he's a fired up kid, and our whole group is. I think the biggest thing is we just got to continue to embrace the challenge that's in front of us every single day, and we've got to look. Our offensive line is a pretty good offensive line here, and they give us fits every single day. They're well coached, and at some point we've got to be able to give them fits. So we go into the fall, we're both ready to play.
You got young guys you're working with. Does that ever get frustrating for you, the coach?
No, you know what? I mean, that's why you coach. I mean, you really want to help. Coach Riley wants us, all of us. We're here to help build young men and great football players. So, it's fun. It's challenging, and at some point, they get to a point where all of a sudden the light bulb turns on and they get it. So you just got to keep pushing and hammering, and we forward every day, and we're just starting to work. This next couple of weeks, we'll crank this thing up, get ourselves ready.
This spring, they're just trying to figure you out probably along this guy here. How much different is it now when you step on the field, a few months later?
I think they know what's expected.
Yeah.
I mean, on a daily basis, I think they know what we're trying to accomplish up front, and hopefully here soon we'll pay dividends from that.
What are your early impressions on just the 2 new guys you brought in, Ben Stilley and Colin Miller, just seeing them through the first few practices?
Yeah, they're great kids. I mean, they're come on. I'd explain them. You're a freshman. It's hard when you come in. You take the best players from every high school, and that's what's on this team. So you're not going against 5'9", 180 pounders anymore. But they have good plays and they have not so good plays. But their work ethic is great, and they're great kids, and their future's bright.
You have as many young guys as you do. Somebody asked about being frustrated. Do you ask a little bit more of your seniors to help you out?
Well, I don't think there's any question. There's no question. I mean, we're going to be as good as our leadership in the room. Kevin Maurice and Ross Azuris, I mean, those are 2, guys that have got to lead our group, and I think they're doing a better job of it, especially this summer and going into this fall. They've gotten a lot better since spring ball.
Some guys are comfortable with that, some guys aren't. Some guys just want to do their own job. Are those 2 pretty good about?
You know what? I mean, I think most people are uncomfortable at it at first until you make them, until you challenge them to do that, make them uncomfortable, and push them and challenge them on a daily basis. And I think those 2 are embracing the challenge.
When you got so many young guys and so many positions unsolved, does the competition level get better sometime? Have you seen that?
Yeah, you know what? I think the thing is everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to play, but the biggest thing is you got to prove it in practice. You got to go out there and show that you're worthy of being here. And the next couple of weeks we'll know a lot more.
When you have young guys, athletically, is consistency the biggest thing that you're looking for?
Always. They come in and have a great play, and then the next play they, are playing a bizarro, chasing ghosts. So, for our young guys is just to be consistent. I mean, have a great play, and then the next play, just do your job. So, we'll get there. But ask me again in a couple of weeks. I'll let you know. We'll know where we're at.
Yeah, these young guys have a tendency to want to do more than they're supposed to, like
the biggest tendency of a young guy is not to do their job. Try to make the big play and forget, hey, I have this gap, or I'm supposed to be doing this, and that's a common theme of every kid in the country probably. I mean, it's a common theme. So for us is get them to understand, look, do your job, and once you get that accomplished, then we're in we're in the downhill.
You were never like that, though.
No, I was probably worse. So it's it takes one to know one, right? So yeah.
These no padded and half padded practices, it's kind of good to get them out of the way. Obviously, as a D lineman, O lineman, it's probably hard to get as many things done.
Well, I think it was. I mean, it was good. Get their legs back, kind of get them going. They got tomorrow off, which will rest those legs up a little bit, and because these next 2 weeks are going to be grueling. I mean, there's a lot of physical punishment every single day. So I mean, it's good to kind of get them back. After having a few days off from us, and so no, I think it was great. I'm just looking forward to next week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, John.
All right, guys.